Hey, Delino, good morning to you. I know you
Hey,
were
good
out with
morning, guys.
everybody in Dallas on Sunday at the tour stop. Tell us about the experience.
It was a really good experience. I'm really excited to be a part of this group. Um, to see the things that they're accomplishing, that we're trying to accomplish is a good thing for baseball. Minus the snow. Out of all the days, it snowed, on that
In
day.
Dallas.
But yeah, it never snows in Dallas. But we made it work, and I was glad to see the turnout, even with the snow, even the volunteers that showed up. We really appreciated that. And, it just felt good to just give back to the community. And our whole goal is to just build these inner city communities up and, try to give them a chance to fall in love with the game of baseball.
When you're looking in the eyes of people and you're giving them things that they so desperately need at this time in the country, how'd that make you feel to know and see? There could be different ways you may interpret that question.
It felt really good. A lot of the kids, their faces, they lit up. The parents, they were, it almost seemed like a relief to them. Getting food and just to put in their mouths. Something as small as that. I know everybody in the country has been struggling. 2020 and still today. So it was just nice to see the smiles on the people's faces, and despite the weather, it made us all feel good.
Has this made you? You've already been pretty community minded already, anyway. Has this kind of spurred you even more to understand the impact that you have with your platform?
Yeah. I would say probably a couple of years ago, I really took a step back and I was just thinking, and I didn't want to look back on my career and regret not using my platform to the most that I could. And that's when I really started getting involved, and especially in the African American community in the game of baseball. That was my main focus point, to just really dive in and have kids see a Black face in baseball, and just really put myself out there. I've never been like that before. I've always been, kind of laid back and keep to my own. But I like I said before, I didn't want to look back and feel like I wasted an opportunity to maybe impact a kid's life. So, and then the Players Alliance happened, and this is just another way to kind of reach out to that community and the inner city communities. And for me, I grew up in Atlanta, College Park, Georgia. So if anybody knows College Park, it's where I stayed at was a good area. My dad played in the big leagues, but I grew up, playing in the rec ball fields, in the hood. So having that experience, and then coming up how I came up, I saw both sides of it, and I know how hard it is, and I just want to do the best I can to do my part and get back.
Yeah, no, I love it. Okay, let's talk a little baseball, man. I got to ask you about playing in Cleveland and also playing with Francisco Lindor. I mean, he's been in the big news now with him and Carrasco getting traded to the Mets. So let's start with Francisco. Playing behind him, what was that like? What did you see, and what separated him and made him different?
Well, energy. That was the first thing that I realized about him. He just had this energy around him. Coming into spring training. Obviously, I played against him before, but I was never in the same clubhouse as him. He's a really good communicator. Especially playing in center field. Some days, I had hurt my shoulder. He was like, "Hey, D, how's your arm feeling?" And I'm like, it's okay." He's like, "All right, well, just give me the ball." That's the kind of.
I'll come out further. You don't have to throw as far. Little things like that.
Yeah. He's a leader. Even in our hitters meetings, he ran our hitters meetings. As a 26, 27-year-old kid, and I thought that was really impressive. Everybody kind of just looked to him for advice, for tips on pitchers. Like, he's a student of the game. the Mets got themselves a really good one. That's for sure. He's definitely a special talent. He reminds me a lot of Adrian when I played with Adrian, as far as leadership goes and communication and to see that at such a young age, he has a really bright future ahead of him.
Hey, Delano, we had Daz Cameron on the program earlier, and we spent a lot of time talking about Mike, about his dad, and, the fact that your dad also played in the big leagues for such a long time, and your games were, I'd say, similar. I should have asked Daz this, because I think Daz is probably faster than Mike in his peak speed.
Yeah.
You at your peak speed versus your dad's peak speed. Who's faster?
Be careful now.
I mean, I would say me. I ran a 6'2", 60 in high school. I don't know about now. I'm getting a little older, so I don't know if my speed is kind of going away a little bit. But my mom would probably say she could beat both of us. So
that's right.
That was going to be my question. Who's the best athlete? Although your sister, am I right? Your sister was a pretty good basketball player too, right?
Yeah. My sister, she did everything. She was like a jack of all trades. She played tennis, softball, basketball. She could probably play football if she wanted to. I give it to her. She's probably the best athlete.
So how for a guy like you, who is so fit, who is so physical and fast, and I'm looking at your baseball reference page right now, Delano, how was your nickname Snacks?
Snacks?
It says your nickname is Snacks or Papa. Did they have the wrong guy?
No, so Papa, so one of my idols growing up was Cool Papa Bell.
Okay.
And he's the fastest cat in the Negro League. So my dad just always called me Papa, like ever since I was for as long back as I can remember. So that's where Papa came from. And Snacks, I've never heard Snacks before, but I am a snacker. And on days that I'm not playing, I always got snacks in the dugout, just kind of nibbling and. I have a really bad sweet tooth too, so all my teammates know that. So maybe that's where
I'm gonna contact Baseball Reference, get Snacks off of there. It doesn't make any sense. We verified it. Hey, Delano, thanks for the visit, man. It's always great to see you.
Yeah.
And
thanks
good
for having
work
me.
on Sunday with the tour. We'll talk to you down the road.